Fopus coming at y'all with another one. In today's video, I'm going to be telling y'all a little bit about the tiger salamander and how to take care of them. Tiger salamanders are North America's second largest terrestrial salamander species, behind the California giant salamander. Depending on the species, they can grow from anywhere to 7 to 14 inches. As far as salamanders go, this is nothing short of impressive. Tiger salamanders can look drastically different depending on where they're found, but are usually characterized by their large size and yellow blotchings or stripes on their sides. Tiger salamanders cover a large range throughout North America. Because of this, it's important that you do your own research on whichever subspecies you have at home. Generally speaking, they can be found in forested areas, specifically in microhabitats like under logs or in burrows. This makes the care for this species pretty much the same across the board. As tempting as it is, it's important that you don't collect salamanders from the wild. Doing so can drastically affect their populations as well as spread disease, not to mention illegal depending on where you live. In terms of caring for a tiger salamander, we're going to start with setup. As far as enclosure size, I wouldn't go anything smaller than a 15-gallon aquarium. Rubbermaid totes are also a good option. Setting up the enclosure is actually pretty easy. All you really need is a deep layer of safe potting soil or eco earth to start, followed by some moss or leaf litter to retain humidity. Then you're going to want to add some logs or other forms of natural hides. This allows your salamander to burrow and create the microhabitats it needs. Lastly, add a shallow water bowl large enough to accommodate your animal, obviously so your animal can get hydrated. As you can see here, my boy Gurog likes to take himself a little soak from time to time. I'd always recommend that people set up their animals in something naturalistic and bioactive. This means live plants and animals in your tank to assist with the breakdown of organic material. Enclosures like this may cost more initially, but in turn bring out the naturalistic behaviors in your animal. In terms of behavior, salamanders are going to be spending the majority of their time hidden in their burrows, only really coming out when it's time to eat. And speaking of eating, it's literally their favorite thing to do in the world. They are extremely food motivated, even capable of building a relationship with their owners based off of feeding. Mine recognizes me when I walk into the room, and he'll even approach the front of the tank when he's hungry enough. These basically are the bullfrogs of salamanders. They will eat anything that fits in their mouth. So feeding them is as easy as it gets. They'll eat any readily available insect in the pet trade. Of course, you're going to use some common sense when choosing the size of your salamander's prey items. I would always recommend feeding your animal a varied diet so that way it gets enrichment through eating different food items. If you want a better idea as to the variety of food these guys can eat, I have a compilation on my channel of me feeding mine all type of stuff. What you really have to watch out for with these guys is overfeeding, because they won't stop eating until you stop giving them food. To keep it safe, I only feed mine about twice a week. You gotta keep in mind these guys aren't very active, so those calories aren't getting burnt off anytime soon. Every once in a while, I'll dust in a little calcium supplement on his food just to make sure he's getting all his vitamins and nutrients. As far as handling tiger salamanders go, it's pretty straightforward. They're not fast moving or anything like that, so you just gotta simply reach down and pick them up. Of course, being amphibians, these guys have sensitive skin, so you're gonna have to wash your hands before and after handling. Also, because of their sensitivity, I'd keep handling to a minimum to prevent any stress or health concerns. The only issue I find with handling these guys is the occasional attempt to eat my hand. As mentioned before, these guys know no limits when it comes to food, so proceed with caution. I mean, just look at that face. Not a thought behind those eyes. With that being said, I hope you guys found this video useful, or at the very least, you learned something new about this interesting and unique amphibian. Like, why is bro smiling at me like that? Anyways, thanks for watching. Deuces.